All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking into, Pump Fun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're this big platform in the Solana ecosystem,
Right.
and they've made a name for themselves with all these meme coin launches that have been happening.
Yeah.
And they've got this interesting model where they take a 1% fee on every transaction,
Okay.
which means they've ended up holding a lot of SOL, Solana's cryptocurrency.
Right, right.
But the big question is, did they just signal a major sell-off that could really shake up the market?
Interesting.
That's what we're going to be looking into today.
She'll find out.
So what we've seen is this massive transfer of 120,000 SOL
Whoa.
from Pump Fund
Yeah.
over to the Kraken exchange. And just to put that into perspective, that's about $22.88 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is. And what's really interesting is this is their first big move of 2025.
Okay.
So people are kind of wondering what's going on.
I can see why.
What do you think? I mean, why is everyone so focused on this?
Well, think about it. When you see these huge transfers to
Right.
exchanges, especially one this big,
Yeah.
it often means a sell-off is coming, you know? They're getting ready to dump those coins on the market.
Ah, I see.
And, Pump Fun, they still have a ton of assets,
Right.
like $55 million worth.
Okay.
So this could just be the tip of the iceberg.
You're talking about a liquidation pattern.
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
you explain that a little more?
Sure.
Like, what does that actually mean?
Basically, it means they're selling off their assets in a systematic way.
And that's a bad sign.
It could be. It might mean they're in some kind of trouble financially.
Okay.
Or maybe they're shifting their strategy, or maybe even just like rebalancing their portfolio. There could be a lot of reasons.
Right, right.
But you have to remember, Pump Fund has had some controversies lately.
What kind of controversies?
Well, remember
Yeah.
how they had to shut down their live streaming thing
Oh, yeah.
because of all the crazy stuff that was going
Wow,
right.
that was a bit much.
Yeah. So maybe this is like a strategic exit or some sort of restructuring. Maybe they're feeling the heat from regulators or even just the community.
Okay, so maybe they're getting out before things get worse.
Possibly. Yeah.
So, but what does this all mean for the rest of the market? Like for everyday people?
Well, our sources are suggesting this could trigger a 10 to 15% drop in SOL's price
Whoa.
and a surge in trading volume, too.
So it's a pretty big deal.
Definitely.
Why would that happen, though?
Think of it like this. You've got a big fish
Yeah.
in a small pond. When that fish makes a sudden move, it creates waves that can really disrupt the whole ecosystem.
I see.
And in this case, Kraken, the exchange where all that SOL went,
No.
it has a relatively low SOL trading volume. It's only around $34.7 million.
Right.
So when you suddenly dump 120,000 SOL into that,
Yeah.
it creates a huge selling pressure and
Okay.
pushes the price down.
It's like supply and demand,
Exactly.
but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, amplified.
Because of crypto.
Right.
And what's interesting is Pump Fund isn't just any player. They're really deep
Uh-huh.
in that Solana meme coin scene.
Yeah, they're a big deal.
And because of their fee model,
Yeah.
they hold so much SOL that their actions have a huge impact.
For sure.
So what do you think? What's the short-term
Yeah.
and the long-term outlook here?
Okay, so short term, we're probably going to see more selling pressure on SOL, which could destabilize the entire meme coin ecosystem.
Wow.
Think about it. All those projects
Yeah.
built on hype, reliant on these big players like Pump Fund, this kind of move could set off a chain reaction long term.
Right.
This could damage investor confidence in the whole Solana platform.
How so?
If people see these big players leaving and prices dropping, they might get scared and pull out their investments.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that could lead to a cascade effect
Yeah.
on other tokens and projects.
So it's like a domino effect.
Exactly.
So Pump Fund's big move
Mhm.
could be a sign of things to come.
It's definitely something to watch.
Yeah, this whole deep dive
Mm.
has given me a lot to think about. What do you think this means for the average person who's watching all of this?
I think it shows how fragile this meme coin ecosystem can be.
How so?
It relies so much on these big players, these whales as they call them. If just one of them decides to sell, the whole market can tremble.
Wow, that's a scary thought.
It is.
And it makes you wonder
Yeah.
about the long-term viability
Mm-hmm.
of these platforms that are built
Mm-hmm.
on hype and short-term gains.
Right.
What happens when the hype dies down?
That's the big question.
It is. It is. This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. I'm going to be watching the market closely.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage everyone listening to do the same. Do your own research. Stay informed. Because in the crypto world, the biggest waves can come from the smallest moves.
That's true.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time.